Hello, this is Christine Binger with my EDL 853 Module 1 introduction video. I'm going to talk a little bit about myself and then about the special education that's taking place within my building. So to start a little about me, I completed my undergrad at K-State in 2012 and then started working at Junction City High School for the first 4 years of my education. I taught 10th grade English and 10th grade pre-AP with 1 year in Lit Lab, which was quite an experience. And then I moved back to Overland Park, which is where I grew up, and I am currently teaching in the Kansas City Public School District in KCMO. It's very different and interesting than Junction City. 100% of my students are low SES. Of our population, there are 52 languages that are spoken. We have brand new kids from everywhere in the world every day. It is a unique learning environment for me and for my students, but I am enjoying the information that I'm gaining and how I'm developing as a teacher here. Personally, I'm getting married this summer, which is very exciting, and we just bought a house and are getting moved in and settled still, so exciting, stressful, and a lot going on. So overall, my goal and the reason I'm taking this course is because I do want to be an administrator one day, but ideally I'd like to be a vice principal. In addition, the further I'm getting into this, I like the idea of being a curriculum director or academic coach. I just want to get in a position where I can help teachers and students and get out of the classroom but still be in education and kind of develop those relationships and help teachers improve. Looking at the learning material and strategies for special education within my school, there are 3 things that I think we're doing. Number 1 is a full inclusion of co-teachers and paraprofessionals in every class. Any class that I have a student with special needs, whether they are one-to-one or not, I have a para or co-teacher, which is supportive. Next is they are consistently asking for data on students with special needs, but I'll address some changes that I would like to make to that later, but I do want to point out there is data that is being taken. And third, there are updated IEPs every 6 months, so I am informed of any changes that are made, though since I teach juniors, oftentimes there are not changes made, which I find interesting, but I am informed of anything that takes place every 6 months. Within my classroom, to meet the needs of my special needs students, I utilize the IEPs and 504s first to get to know students and see what they need to support their learning. Next, I include paraprofessionals and co-teachers in the planning process, as oftentimes I've learned that they have built relationships with these students over the years, and their input on how I do something, what works for students and what doesn't, can be very helpful. And last is a growth mindset. For all of my students, but especially students with special needs, oftentimes I find that they rest on their IEPs when they can be pushed further, which is great information to have, as sometimes that can help change IEPs or improve student outcome in education and behavior, anything like that, if they can see that they can do more than is expected. As far as a way to improve student achievement in regards to special needs within my school, there are 3 things. Number 1, incorporate data, school data specifically. Case managers ask for different data points or samples or anything like that for students, but it would be nice if we are consistently looking at the same thing, whether it be reading scores, state test scores, writing samples. Instead, I'm getting asked for information for a lot of different things, which makes it hard to follow and see what we're focusing on. Next is I would include teachers in attending IEP meetings. I have only attended 2 meetings this year, which I have far more than 2 students with IEPs and 504s, so it would be nice to be included, especially considering I oftentimes see something in my students that other people don't see and can change and improve IEPs and student outcomes with that information. And last, I would reevaluate and provide professional development for all staff members. Dealing with special education, there are lots of laws and rules, but also they're developing and changing all the time, and sometimes they're kind of hard to follow, so consistently staying abreast of these changes and needs, I think, is really important. In order to execute this plan, 3 things need to happen. Well, overall, we need money. But with this money, there would be 3 key things that I would do. Number 1, professional development. Whether that means I'm paying for teachers' time after school or paying for professional individuals to come in outside of the professional people we have within the building, this money would go towards informing and updating everybody on changes and needs within our building in regards to IEPs and 504s. Next, that money would pay for substitutes so that teachers can attend IEP meetings and 504s. I've been told oftentimes that my plan doesn't work with whenever the meeting was, which is why I wasn't asked to attend. They just asked the teacher to attend whose plan does correlate with the meeting. However, there are oftentimes that I still want to attend. I still want to be informed that there is a meeting so I can send notes. So having money to get substitutes so that teachers can be an active participant in the IEP development would be really beneficial for the student and the teachers. And last, any meeting times that to cover addressing these IEPs. So if there's an IEP meeting coming up and a teacher wants to meet with the case manager to address any changes or data or anything like that to prepare for the meeting, we would need money to pay for that time, as oftentimes that does not happen during the school day, and you would need to cover that. So while there are lots of needs, this is where I would start within my building, as this involves the most people who are on the ground. That would be teachers and case managers and staff members who are a part of this every single day. And to do that, it would require, first of all, money and then time. And with those two, I think it goes together. So thank you for listening. I appreciate and I'm excited to get to see what we're going to do this semester. Thank you.